So, working with Taylor was an incredible experience for me. He has a really strong capacity to narrow in or focus in on pretty much the essence or the core of who you are and basic needs and values that you have, which is just a powerful thing to become aware of. And then his ability to make connections and just let you know or like direct you into seeing how those needs and values either are or are not present in the things that you're doing in your life was also life changing for me. So there was one thing that I was doing work wise. I had a lot of things going on at this point in my life when Taylor and I connected, but there was one thing that I was doing that really wasn't serving me, and ultimately I felt very drained by it. And yet, like the stories that I had created in my mind or this expectation that I had created of myself kept me doing it. And but it really didn't make me happy. And so I was at a place where I was ready to let that part of my business go, but I didn't know why. It was just like this disempowered, like, oh, I just don't like this. It's not working for me. I'll move on. But once Taylor and I worked together and we identified those basic needs and those basic values that I have, and just like fundamentally who I am as a person and what's going to serve me best, what kind of relationships, what kind of work, I was able to see why I was feeling so drained in that aspect of my business, and why it is actually still a good decision for me to let that part of the business go and grow in other areas and come up with other offerings or solutions that will help me feel more empowered as I share what I want to share with the world and help people in the ways that I want to help them and learn in the ways that I need to learn. So it just created a clearing for me, a very basic foundation of getting more in touch with who I am and what I need, and having like specific, I almost want to say scientific, but like specific scientific data that I can look at to be like, oh yeah, like these are things that happened. These are things I need. These are things that I expect. These are things that I value. Like, how can I look at that whole map that we've just created and start applying different tools and different awarenesses into the things that I'm doing in my life so that I'm actually empowered to make decisions that feel right for me. And that is just priceless. And I think one of the other things that I loved about working with Taylor is that he's so direct and down to the point, but he doesn't do it in an abrasive way. Like sometimes when people are really direct, it can feel like your process is just like, moving very quickly and you don't know where you are anymore because it's like, wait, we just identified so much in 3 seconds. Like, what do I do? But Taylor has a very nurturing and compassionate side to him as well. So he's able to like help you see things very quickly, which sometimes can feel a little bit like shocking, but do so in a way that's actually comforting and nurturing and in a place where you feel like you can actually look at those things that maybe you haven't been able to see for years, with love and respect and a new, like clear awareness of just like it doesn't, these things don't make you good or bad or right, these things aren't right or wrong. It's just like what's actually going to work for you. And that's a really freeing place to be. And so I feel like he just helped me get more in touch with myself and with what I want to be doing and the direction that my life and my business are taking, and how to do so powerfully, and yeah, how to create a really strong foundation to do the work that I'm here to do. So I'm very grateful, and I feel like I'll be working with Taylor for years to come. So it's not the kind of thing where it's like a quick fix. But you do, or I did, receive a lot of important information so that I can slowly start to unravel things that have not been working for me in my life, like certain relationships or, like I said, certain aspects of my business. And then over time, slowly start to develop the things that are actually going to nourish me, so that I can show up just more fully in my life. So, very grateful for Taylor and the work that we've been doing together.